Oh, hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Pablo Escobar, and today we're going to take a look at the Ubermacht Cypher, retailing for a price of $1.1 or $1.5 million, whether you, depending on whether you get to buy it now or the trade price, and as you can see, it's a two-door saloon-style car. Okay, we're going to take it out, ladies and gentlemen, and upgrade it and see how she handles acceleration up this hill. Not too much, not too great, not too much to write home about there, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to look at the handling as we come down these weavy hills here, and okay, rather interesting. Okay, that is rather good, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, what can we say? The Ubermacht Cypher, ladies and gentlemen, the handling's not too bad here, you know. Top end speed we're going to check out as we come down this hill. Okay, flying off down there, we're going to hit a sodding wall, and there we go. Bloody hell. Okay, absolutely sodding typical. Never mind. Okay, acceleration along the flat one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I mean, it has got acceleration, but not a great deal of it. Stability, ladies and gentlemen, it is a fairly stable car. I was wiggling it, trying to lose it there, ladies and gentlemen. The back end wouldn't kick out, so acceleration is average. Stability, ladies and gentlemen, very good. Top end speed, well, we do seem to be moving, but not exactly mind-bending now. Let's be perfectly frank about these things, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we're going to have a look at the handling now as we come to this top left-hand corner and see how it handles a very sharp corner at speed. And, right, okay, a little bit of wiggling, but right, okay, we do sort of manage to get around there. Not in the best form, it has to be said, ladies and gentlemen, but we did manage to hold it. Okay, so even at top speed, ladies and gentlemen, it's not too bad, you know. So, okay, we're going to send it all inside to the custom auto shop, and I'm going to have the vehicle modified. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, it goes without saying that this section of the video will be played at double speed, you know, just in order to hurry things along somewhat, but to still provide you, the viewer, ladies and gentlemen, with the opportunity to have a look at the different modifications in terms of aesthetic stylings that can be affected to this vehicle, should you then choose to go ahead and purchase it, you know. Okay, so what can we say, ladies and gentlemen, about the Ubermacht Cypher, unupgraded, out of the box? Like I say, ladies and gentlemen, acceleration, straight out of the box, not too great, to be perfectly frank with you. Stability, perfectly fine. In fact, good stability, one could say. Acceleration, not too good. Top end speed, and, you know, we had top end speed, was particularly lacking. Handling, ladies and gentlemen, handling and stability are where this car really does shine. Top end speed and acceleration is sort of where it sits in the shadows, you know. Okay, well, that being said, we're going to go ahead and, like I say, modify the vehicle. We're not just going to modify it in terms of aesthetic stylings, ladies and gentlemen. It has been modified in terms of performance across the board as well, although in the interest of brevity, ladies and gentlemen, we have actually edited those parts out of this particular video. Okay, so in fact, out of all the videos, I think I'm not entirely certain. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, we have upgraded the Ubermacht Cypher across the board, and we're going to take it out into the street. Now we find Mr. Raccoon there, ladies and gentlemen, sat alongside it in his own Ubermacht Cypher, ladies and gentlemen, fully upgraded as well, and we're going to see how they handle acceleration. Right, it flew up down here. Let's be perfectly frank about these things, ladies and gentlemen. The acceleration does seem to be improved. The handling, ladies and gentlemen, it got around the top down top no problem at all, and at the top end speed we are sort of shifting now as we come around this back bit, aren't we? Okay, first heavier right corner, first hard right corner, ladies and gentlemen, and once again without even hitting a post, which is extremely unusual for me. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That should give you an indication of just how good the handling on this particular car is. You can take that hard right corner, no problem whatsoever. Top speed, ladies and gentlemen, we do now seem to be shifting. Don't we, Mr. Raccoon seems to be shifting rather faster than I. We're coming to the left, ladies and gentlemen, trying to avoid that car and slam into the sodding Raccoon. Okay, well, either way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you can appreciate the handling is very, very good on this particular vehicle, and it does seem that the acceleration and the top end speed have been markedly improved by those performance upgrades, ladies and gentlemen. So the question is, exactly what can it do? Actually, before we do that, we can always bring this car, ladies and gentlemen, as with all these latest cars, down to the LS Street Meet if you so desire, and take it on inside. Should you choose, ladies and gentlemen, you can go ahead and have these low grip tires put on it for a pittance, ladies and gentlemen, for merely $500. We've already got them attached there, ladies and gentlemen. And if you go and put on the low grip tires, then what happens is this, ladies and gentlemen. It's very simple. Your acceleration is sort of hampered. You know, your acceleration is no longer as good, but your top end speed, ladies and gentlemen, suddenly increases dramatically. And although we are going up against an identical car with the normal tires on it, not the low grip, we are going to absolutely destroy it. The only problem with the low grip tires, as you may well be able to deduce from the name, the moment you come to a corner, you've got low grip, and your competitor is going to go round the corner no problem, and you're going to go rolling off. So don't bother going for those low grip tires. That's all I can really say, unless you're intending to drag race. Okay, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now we've brought on to the top speed test track. This is the Ubermacht Cypher. We're going to see what she can get down here now, just to give you an indication. What we consider to be a broadly competitive time is 53-54 seconds. So let's see what the Cypher can get, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, 59 seconds, so it's not really even on the outside edge of competitive. Now, there are two stances to these vehicles, at least there's sort of the lowered and the default, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Raccoon is at the lowered setting there on the default, so these are two identical cars, one a lowered stance, one default stance, and as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the lowered stance has got a significant speed increase there, and a significant increase in top-end speed. Its handling, as you can also see, is sort of much maligned. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, put the car in the low stance, it's going to go faster, but it's got worse handling. On this occasion, we find that the Ubermacht Cypher, despite the poor handling, it's significantly faster in the lower stance to make it a more competitive vehicle. So we'll be testing all of the other cars in the lowered stance, or the Ubermacht will be in the lowered stance against the other cars. Okay, so the first vehicle we're bringing out, ladies and gentlemen, we've already said off, it is the Sultan Classic. Now, it should be pointed out, this is not the RS Classic that was released recently, ladies and gentlemen. This is just the standard Classic. It's got absolutely fantastic acceleration, and it did go to the top of the line ahead of us there, but it's got not as good, it's, the Ubermacht's handling's much better, ladies and gentlemen, enabling us to get around that corner faster, and that is going to take us down to the line quicker. So, no question, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it does beat it. So, the next question we're going to now ask is, what about the Sultan RS Classic? Now, this is the vehicle that was released recently, ladies and gentlemen. It is a marked improvement on the Sultan Classic, ladies and gentlemen. It has still got that fantastic acceleration. It's going to get to the top of the track around by the same time of us. We have, of course, in the Cypher got better handling, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get around that corner first, but unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the Sultan RS Classic has got a significant speed advantage over us there, and it's going to take it down to the line. So yes, the Sultan RS Classic, ladies and gentlemen, takes down the Ubermacht Cypher. Okay, well, we're going to start bringing out different vehicles of a similar ilk, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what we're bringing out is the Obe 8 Drafter, don't you know? That's because this car really just rather confuses. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Obe 8 Drafter, we've tested many times. It loses to the Paragon R, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a particularly fast car. We consider it to be good, but not particularly fast. It turns out, ladies and gentlemen, even with its speed and its handling is such that yes, in fact, it can get around the corner, ladies and gentlemen, faster than the Ubermacht Cypher, and it's going to take it down to the line. Okay, so the OB8 Drafter, and believe me, we tested this time and time again, does seem to beat the Cypher, which is rather confusing. Like I say, when the OB8 Drafter loses to the Paragon R, and the Paragon R, as you're about to see, loses to the Cypher. And like I say, the Paragon R beats the OB, so we really can't understand what the hell's going on there, ladies and gentlemen. We do these tests time and time again. We switch drivers and places on the track to get consistent results, ladies and gentlemen, and we really just can't figure out for the life of us what's going on here. Okay, so it's absolutely baffled us and boiled our brains, ladies and gentlemen, but the Cypher takes down the Paragon time and time again. Okay, so the next vehicle we're bringing out is another Ubermacht. Now, this is the Ubermacht Revolta, ladies and gentlemen, and well, they named it. It is an absolutely hideous vehicle to look at, you know, to behold, and even to drive. You really weren't that impressed by it. The only thing that this car's got going for is absolutely incredible top-end speed. It can give the GTO a run for its money, would you believe? Okay, as you can see, Mr. Raccoon was struggling to get around the corner there, but as soon as he does, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to pull off into the distance. And I'll take this opportunity to point out all of the other vehicles are being driven by Mr. Raccoon. His name is the Bromby. If you type that into YouTube, you should be able to go and find it. So when you can do that, he's got some other good videos on there. Okay, so we are going to wrap things up, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to bring things on to what the Mr. Raccoon likes to refer to as Big Daddy Z. This is the Pegasi Zentorno, ladies and gentlemen, retailing for $725,000. It is one of the cheapest supercars you can buy out there, and it is absolutely fantastic for the money. And even though it is a very cheap supercar, ladies and gentlemen, when you take the Ubermacht Cypher, ladies and gentlemen, and you stack it up against even a low-end supercar, ladies and gentlemen, or mid-end, what we consider the Zentorno, yes, it's going to absolutely destroy it, so there we go. And we're going to bring it on to the final masquerade, ladies and gentlemen. This is now the Garotti Italia RSX. As it happens, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that this is a sports car. Could be wrong on that, but I do believe it is. So we're sports versus sports right now. The Garotti Italia RSX, for those of the sort of uninitiated, you know, may not be aware of it. It's the fastest car on GTA Online as far as we're concerned. Not necessarily in a straight line, but around the track. So yes, there's no question. It's going to absolutely demolish the Ubermacht Cypher, ladies and gentlemen. And there we go, no question. Okay, so what do we think, ladies and gentlemen? Is it worth the money? What's the review? Well, in my opinion, not really. You know, it's got good handling, but that's really about as much as it's got going for it. Not the greatest acceleration or top-end speed. Mr. Raccoon refers to it as a mixed bag, don't you know? So there we go. Sorry, hell, bloody Raccoon. Well, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.